Shalom, Ubaraka, Miss by God, peace and blessings, family. Here is your first course on Kohanology. Kohanology is the study of the priests, all right, the science of the priests. The Levitical priests had sciences that was passed down to them from Abraham himself, that was learned in Sumeria by the Chaldeans, but now applied into righteousness. I got my amethyst crystal right here. That's another part of Kohanology, right? That's a study of the elements, the crystals, and how they can benefit the mind, body, and soul. In this video, the specific type of Kohanology we're going to be looking at is numerology, which is the study of numbers. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to listen to this video to its entirety, because the information I'm giving you in this video will, not maybe, not might, will change your life for the better if you apply it. If you keep Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments, if you serve Yah with all your heart, soul, and mind, if you pray to Yah for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then this knowledge will benefit you completely. But when we're dealing with numerology, right, the study of numbers, people don't understand that the entire spiritual realm deals with numbers. Not even just the entire spiritual realm, but the entire physical realm. Everything around you deals with numbers. Literally everything he created with the knowledge of numbers. Who is the master mathematician? Who is the best at algebra, geometry, everything else? Who? I tell you, it's one, and that's Yahuwah of hosts. So in this video, the only numbers we're going to be dealing with is the ones. If you're noticing that you're seeing 111, 10 10 10, or 11 11, then take heed to this video. You're going to learn it. You see numbers everywhere in this world. We're always on our phones. We're always looking at a computer or an oven or a microwave, or something with numbers on it, right? But if your mind just starts focusing on a number and you keep seeing it over and over, that's because your guardian angels are trying to give you a message to kind of guide you in life. Yahuwah did not create you in this world, threw you in this world, and just so you can fend for yourself and giving you a pop-up test that you didn't even study for. No, Yahuwah wants to help you. He wants to guide you. You just got to be willing. You just got to do what he wants you to do. He loves you. He wants you to succeed. He wants all his creations to be at peak performance. He doesn't want to see you struggling. He doesn't want to see you depressed. He doesn't want to see you sad. This is the stuff that's going to help you in life. You understand? Numerology, as you can find on Google, is majorly wrong. Most of the stuff is wrong. So if I say, if I'm seeing 999, I go to Google, what does 999 mean? And then I see my result, that's not right. That's not necessarily what's real. What I'm about to tell you is real, because what I'm going to tell you comes from the angels themselves. You understand this? So we're going to deal with 111 first, right? 111. Understand that one always represents Yah in some way or some fashion whatsoever. If you're seeing one repeatedly, that should tell you that you need to remember to acknowledge Yah in your life. Yahuwah is one, right? In the Hebrew language, the Aleph is the first letter. Aleph represents king. It represents power. It represents head. It represents strength. It represents might, right? The one represents chief. It represents power. Who is our power? Who is our chief? Who is our king? Who is our ruler? Who is our strength? Yah. You understand that? Reuben, he is the firstborn of Jacob. He was called Jacob's strength. He is called powerful, right? It says that in Genesis 49, describing the firstborn of Jacob as powerful, strength, those same words popping up. It's all correlation, right? So one represents Either you need to focus on Yah, you need to remember Yah, you need to acknowledge Yah. Whenever I see 111, I start praising Yah. I just say, hallelujah, hallelujah, praise the Almighty, praise Yahuwah, praise Al Shaddai. I just praise Yah. You understand? That's what I do. But it can mean more than just that. It doesn't necessarily just mean to praise Yah. One also represents light. Now, what do you think light is in your life? Could it be a path? I know you hear my daughter in the background. She just be screaming. Could it be a path? Could it be something that you need to see in life? For the most part, the light represents yes. And the reason why I say it represents yes is because what was made on the first day? Light. What is light in Hebrew? And see, the Levitical priest has something inside their ephod called the breastplate with the 12 crystals. And inside, behind those 12 crystals, they will pull out two stones called the Urim and Thummim. Now, the Urim and Thummim is how they got yes and no answers from Yah at any given moment. So the priests would pray to Yah, asking Yah a question. Then they would have the Urim and Thummim in their hand. And if Yah says yes, then the Urim will glow and light up. Yes represents light. You understand that? So if you have a problem that you need to think about and dwell on, if you have a problem that you've been dwelling on in life, and you just want to know, should I do this, should I not do this, is a good thing. If you're seeing one repeatedly that's telling you yes, go for it. You understand? If you got a major decision that you need to make, if you got if you want to invest money somewhere, and that 111 is probably telling you yes. See, it's all situational. It depends on whatever situation you're in. If you're seeing 111, that could be telling you yes, but it could also be telling you remember Yah. So it might even mean no, because you might be thinking, should I do something? But it might be a sin, and that one is going to tell you remember Yah, acknowledge Yah. But another thing that one could represent in your life is unity. Remember, one is unity. Everybody knows that. Two became one flesh. That's unity. It represents unity. So if you're having a problem with your relationship, your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, it doesn't matter who it is, that might be telling you, y'all need to come together. Y'all need to be unified. The angels don't want to see y'all arguing. They don't want to see you fighting. They don't want to see that. Yah definitely doesn't like discord. He wants us to be unified. If it's nobody that you're disagreeing with right now, if it's nobody that you're butting heads with, that you're into it right now with, that you're beefing with right now with, then that might not apply to you. Maybe it means that you need to acknowledge Yah. Or maybe it means that you need to know the answer to a question, and the answer is yes. But you know what else it represents? Remember, I said one represents power, because Aleph means power, and Aleph is the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet. So, just like power, strength, chief, leader, that correlates with Yah himself, it might also be telling you, you need to be a better leader. You need to be a better example. One could either mean one out of four things for you. It could even mean multiple things. It depends, like I said, it depends on your situation, right? It depends on what you're going through right now. Here's the list. One could represent unity. It could represent yes. It could represent Yah himself. You need to acknowledge Yah. Or it can mean that you need to remember that you are the leader, and be a good leader, and be good at it. So that's what one represents. Now let's deal with 10. Well, in order to understand 10 is always a command. 10 is always a command. 10 is always something that the higher power wants you to do right now. Always. When somebody gets commanded to do something and a person does it, what is it called? It's called service. or simply work, right? The letter Yod in Hebrew is symbolized by a hand, and its numerical value is 10. And that hand means to work, right? To work, to do something. So when you're seeing 10-10, and you're seeing it a lot, that's telling you you need to work, you need to do something, all right? Because life itself is labor. Yah doesn't like you being lazy. He wants you to always do something because he wants to bless you. Yah wants to put his blessings on you. He just can't bless the work of your hands if you have no works of your hands. If you're not doing anything, if you're not putting any seeds in the ground, Yah is not going to bless your plants because you don't have any. Yah wants you to get up out the bed and plant some seeds in the ground, because the more work you do, the more he can bless you. He wants to bless you. You understand? So if you're seeing 10-10, that could be telling you, hey, it's something I want you to do. Remember, he gave you 10 commandments, 10 commands that he wants you to do right now, right? These are the 10 commandments that we always do under any circumstances. The only one that doesn't apply for any given time is the Sabbath, right? But that's still an always command. So when you see the 10 commandments, if it's in the 10 commandments, that means it's something that Yah wants you to always have on your mind. 10 means work. Now, what am I going to do with that knowledge? So if I see 10, normally I see 10-10 when I'm just scrolling through Instagram or just scrolling through YouTube, and I know I have something better to do. I have to work on my business. I have to take care of my garden. I have to take care of my chickens. I have to, do all kind of things. Yah wants you to work so you can be blessed. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you are a janitor, a mechanic. Doesn't matter if you're an engineer. Doesn't matter what you are in life. He wants you to put effort into your work so he can put effort into your blessing. You understand? 10 also represents be grateful for the things that Yahuwah has blessed in the work of your hands. You work hard for a house. You work hard for a car. You work hard to find a wife. You worked hard for your animals or whatever property you may have. So you should be grateful for that. You understand? That's also what 10 represents. And when you're grateful of stuff, when you're grateful of things like that, you have a good free spirit. You speak good words about life because you are grateful for your life, right? So that's why we have Naphtali as the 10th tribe, and we have do not covet your neighbor's property as your 10th commandment. You understand? Because the things that Yahuwah has blessed us with, we are grateful for it. We are happy about it. We have a free spirit. Naphtali, he's a high and let loose. He's a free-spirited tribe, right? And he is grateful about the thing that he had. That's why he speak goodly words. He don't speak the negative. He speak the positive. You understand? You gotta not covet your neighbor's property. Remember, because although Naphtali was not a wealthy tribe, they were still a happy tribe. When he's calling them high and let loose, that's like saying a deer in the woods. Basically, these people were more less advanced than the other tribes. They lived more off the land. They didn't live in big cities. You know what I'm saying? They were more tribal people, but they were also more connected with nature, and they was very grateful for the things they had. And the last number I want to deal with is 1111. Now, 1111 is the most common number people see. When it comes to 1111, let me tell you what it means, and let me tell you why it's the most important one. And once you see 1111, you must take heed to 1111 immediately. 1111 can either mean one out of two things, and two things only. The first thing it can represent is you need to work with Yah. Now, where did I get that from? because 10 means work and 1 means Yah. So if you add 10 with 1, you get 11. So 11 represents you need to work with Yah, or it's telling you that Yah is going to work with you. Or it could be telling you that if you work with Yah, Yah will work with you. You understand? Or it could be telling you Yah is going to do some works in your life. You understand? If you work with Yah. But it might be telling, if you're in the middle of doing something wicked and you're seeing 11:11, you need to take heed to that, because that's telling you, look, man, work with Yah, work for Yah, serve Yah. Once you work for somebody, what are you doing? You're serving. 11:11 is telling you to serve the Creator. And it could be telling you that the Creator himself is going to work with you. It depends. Do you think you deserve for the Creator to work with you? Or do you think you're too wicked for that? If you think you're too wicked for that, then that's telling you to serve the Creator harder. These are the real meanings of the numbers. It has nothing to do with, oh, you're gonna be rich, or oh, nah. That's not what the numbers really mean. The numbers is telling you how to build your walk with Yah. I got more of these coming of all the numbers, what they all mean, and you know, these 3 numbers I gave you, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1. I hope this helped you guys, because those are the most important ones that there are. So with that being said, Shalom Baraka Mispaka, and start getting the signs from the angels. You deserve it.